Hello, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Miki here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. Today we're going to be looking at another Ofra Haza song, and don't worry, this is not becoming an exclusively Ofra Haza channel. However, I do love her a lot, and this is another request by my viewer and friend Laura Sassani. Today we're going to be looking at two versions of an early song of hers called Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, which means I will be what I will be, or I am what I am. And it's from the Bible when God reveals himself to Moses. Those are the words that he tells Moses when Moses asks God for his name. So the first version is from when she was just a teenager, and the second version is when she was 20 years old. So let's listen to the younger version first. It's going to be very exciting to hear the evolution of her voice. I always love to hear singers when they're very young and they have that very pure voice. So let's hear what it sounds like, shall we? Wow, well that certainly is quite a gem. It has this quality to it. I mean, it sounds like it's like a bootleg or something just because of the quality of the recording. And that was when she was with the Shchunat Hatikva Workshop Theater, which I guess is where she was originally discovered by her manager. And the performance is so sparse. It's just voices and drum and guitar. And the guitar almost sounds like it's a little bit out of tune to me. I don't know if it's like some phasing going on because it's an old recording or not. But when she was singing and you could just hear her voice, it was so haunting and so different from all of the other voices. She really stood out and had this amazing quality to her voice. Even then, it's so haunting. And with that little bit of reverb on it, it felt so haunting and beautiful. And I just wanted the guitar out of there. Even though it was just that one thing, it was like rubbing against her voice. And I just wanted to hear her voice because it's so beautiful and pure. And then when the other voices come in, it sounds beautiful. It's really cool. It sounds like something that you would hear in like a synagogue service or something. But the really special part, and I think the part that's the most germane for us, is the part where she's singing by herself in the beginning. She already has so many of the qualities that I love about her mature voice, including that beautiful vibrato. So I thought it was really, really cool and lovely. And I'm curious to see how the more mature performance when she was 20 years old is going to differ from this one. So that was a really, really cool kind of almost behind the scenes bootleg version of the song. Let's see where it went a few years later. And I should add before we jump in that the translation of the lyrics are, "Who was and who is, desire your people, listen to my prayer from your holy abode. Behold, I yearn for your temple to see the greatness of your strength, splendor, and glory. Have mercy, my only one, who spares those who oppose you. Shorten my exile, for I lean on you. Behold, I yearn for your temple to see the greatness of your strength, splendor, and glory."
לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו. הנה אני חושף לבית מקדוש אחו, לראות גאונהו זוך ולהדרות אחו.
So obviously a better quality sound recording there, and it's interesting that they had her take both of the solos, that they removed the male solo. I think they probably realized at that point that she was the strongest voice in the group, and even when they're all singing together, it really favors the strength of her voice. Her voice really is out in front of the other voices. In this particular song, it feels to me like she's singing in a much more connected chest voice than I'm accustomed to hearing her in. It's a very strong, low, chesty sound, and I thought that it was beautiful. It was definitely a little bit more bassy than I'm used to hearing her. We're much more used to hearing her mezzo, soprano, beautiful, high, lovely voice. But this was really cool, and you know that I'm a sucker for these low voices on women, these really rich, sonorous voices, and she did really well in that part of her range as well. So I thought it was gorgeous. I think it's a really beautiful song. Obviously, it has more of a religious quality to it than some of her other more poppy numbers, but I thought it was really cool, and it was really interesting to hear the evolution of her voice. It definitely sounded like she was more confident and more strong in this second performance than in the previous one. Like she'd really come into her own at that point. So I thought it was really cool. I hope that you found it interesting as well. She is such a talented, amazing singer, and to hear the beginnings of her journey is a really interesting thing. A lot of times we don't have these recordings of very young singers, especially from years ago. I mean, now there's so many cell phone videos of everybody. Singers are starting out younger and younger, so we do have the access to these early recordings, but I think this was kind of a rarity for someone of her generation, and to get to kind of take a peek into the beginning of her development when she was such an incredible talent and such a superstar is a really cool thing. So thank you, Loris, for recommending that I watch these. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction. I will see you guys here next time. If this is a Monday, I'll see you on Wednesday. If it's a Wednesday, I'll see you on Monday. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. And of course, if I don't see you before then, happy singing.